Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of House of Cards, and I wanted to first say thank you for joining me for this episode. And this one should be a pretty short but sweet episode, as I wanted to dive into something that I use on a regular basis to acquire some of the harder to get items for my personal collection. And I thought it was a good tip to give, whether or not you use it or you never even heard of this, but it's a way to set up alerts through your eBay account. So when new items appear that match your alerts, you get a nice little email, and you can see them hopefully before anyone else and get the opportunity to snag them up. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually unwrap a recent purchase I made that was bought through this very method, because it is kind of a rare piece that I wanted to try and get my hands on, but they kind of come up very few and far between. It's actually sometimes there's months in between when these alerts pop up for this specific item, because it is pretty rare, and it's definitely rare in the in the specific shape that I'm looking for it in. So anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it here. So this big old priority mailbox came today, and it actually shipped really quick, which I'm very grateful for. Nice when you sell something to get it out in the mail as soon as possible. I definitely try to within 24 hours take any of my eBay items I've sold to the post office, because it definitely is nice, and gives your buyer time to ask any questions or anything if they get it and they're unsatisfied with it or whatever. But there's just a level of customer service with making sure you ship things fast. I know eBay gives you like up to 3 days or something, but if you're a good seller, try to get it out as soon as possible. So this literally arrived 2 days after I purchased it, and for it being a bigger item too, that's pretty awesome. All right. Whoop. That was a big bang there. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. See what we got. So I will disclose everything about this in the details, how much I paid and everything here. But wow, this is really well packaged, and I really appreciate that. All right. Okay. So this might be a new one for some of you out there, because this is definitely not your run-of-the-mill item that you would expect me to be buying. So this is a Super Sports sticker album that Panini actually produced back in the 80s. I want to say it's 83 or 84. I gotta double check. At any rate, it's early 80s. And it was an album that they made overseas that they sold, just at any, I guess, convenience store or wherever you would buy magazines and stuff, or comic books or whatever you have. But it is a really cool piece. And this one I knew wasn't in super great shape as far as the magazine itself, because it has a lot of wear and tear on it. As you can see, somebody made little notes up here and stuff. But what's really cool about it is it was a way for people overseas to kind of keep up with what was going on across the country in terms of athletes and different sports and stuff. So as you can see, there are stickers, and each one of these actually peels off. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can gently lift these off. So each section of the magazine has different athletes from different sports. So there was in particularly one specific sport, as we'll get to here as I kind of slowly pan through this, that is of real interest to me because of my collection that I am really excited about for this specific athlete. But you can see, you got Olympic runners and javelin throwers and all kinds of stuff. So each one of these little stickers probably has some sort of intrinsic value. Race car drivers, isn't this cool? So you can go through and see all the different race car drivers from all around the world. And again, this is a complete book. So a lot of these books actually were kind of picked apart, and, you know, kids took certain stickers off and messed with them and, you know, kind of did what kids do. But this one actually has all of the stickers still intact, which is very rare. So part of me is going to want to get some of these graded, but then the other part of me is going to be sad because I'm going to break up this beautiful book of, you know, a complete book, which is very rare. But, you know, here you go, some soccer players, or football, as they say in Europe, and some pretty, you know, older players and stuff. I'm not super educated on this, but I do know that Maradona is a significant player, so I know this sticker right here has some value. At any rate, more soccer. Again, it's really cool how they kind of represent the whole world, and it's not just like focused on one specific part. All right, we're getting there. Now we're into snooker. I'm assuming that's a different word for pool. That's not my my specialty, but looks like it's pool players. All right, the greatest. So this page has athletes from all around of different sports in different countries and whatnot, and you can kind of see the little you know, there's your snooker player, but the one that I'm very interested in is Mr. Iron Mike Tyson right there. So this is actually one of 2 cards that he has in this set. And then, you know, you got Marvin Hagler, another all-time great there, and some others here. So pretty cool stuff. But yes, Mike Tyson is the primary card in this set. But you can see, I mean, the card's in... I say card, it's a sticker, but it's in pretty good shape. You know, the centering looks pretty decent on it. You know, there might be a couple little scuffs, but again, no one's gonna get this in a 10. It's just pretty much impossible. But there are some 9s and stuff that I've seen out there. You can see, you know, Martina Navratilova. I can never say that very well. That's a hard one. You know, Boris Becker, some pretty cool older tennis players in there. You know, here we go into some motorcycle racing. I mean, how cool is this, right? All these sports covered. This would be really cool for someone to kind of like start doing this again. Rugby. Don't have a clue about any rugby stars, but maybe somebody does. You can drop some names in the comments if I should be looking to grade any of these rugby stars from the 80s. Couldn't tell you who are all-time greats and not, but I'm sure I'm definitely going to spend some time reading all this because I think it's pretty interesting to learn a little bit about some of these sports. All right. And then this page is the big one. So the boxing. So you got some, you know, all-time greats, Michael Spinks. You know, there's Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler again up there, Sugar Ray Leonard up there. And then, of course, the big one, this is considered by many to be the Mike Tyson true rookie card. So this sticker holds a pretty good premium. I will switch over real quick to show you guys sort of the going rates for some of these, but very, very hard to find in good condition. This is sort of right here showing you what they kind of go for in different price ranges, but that sticker is basically the reason why I purchased this book, was for that. So anyhow, all right. So we'll just kind of page through the rest of this just to kind of show you guys. Here's some cricket. So again, are there any cricket experts out there that can tell me if any of these are awesome or not? I don't know. Tennis, I think this is a really cool one. You know, I got the iconic John McEnroe there. Jimmy Connors, you know, definitely some older players. Boris Becker again, you know, just great all-time greats in here. You know, Steffi Graf. Martina Navratilova. There you go. I did it right this time. All right, and then here's some other sports. Literally other sports. You got rowing, skiing, 3-day event, darts, squash, judo, swimming, golf. Greg Norman. All right, and then there's some team stickers and stuff. So that is it. Pretty cool stuff there. So again, this is the Panini Super Sport. And now let's switch over to kind of show you how to set up an alert. So if you are looking for rare items like this, you too will be able to hopefully get one. Okay, so here we are at the home screen of eBay. So quite simply, what I do is when I have a card or a set or player, whatever you want, that you're interested in kind of being updated when new items come onto the eBay marketplace, I think it's very important to set up alerts. And the best way to do that is to simply follow these easy steps here. So for instance, let's just say we are very interested in being alerted every time a 2003, we'll say 04 Topps Chrome LeBron James becomes available. So what we'll do is we will create a search. All right, so here you go. Right now we can quickly see there's, you know, all of these Topps Chrome LeBron James cards available, and I want to know every time one pops up, I want to know, get an email alert in the morning and be able to know that that is something that I can get a nice handy dandy list of all the new listings. So you can get more specific. You can type in, you know, a grade or a specific, you know, parallel or whatever you want. It doesn't matter, but we'll just keep it here because that way anything that's listed with these, you know, key terms here will show up in your daily email. So what you simply do is you go right here to where it says save this search. And there it is. It says, we'll send you an email when there's something new. So basically, it's easy as that. It's not any harder. And this is a great way to sort of start, you know, keeping an eye on some of those, you know, chase cards that you're going after. So the way I got that Super Sport album was I set up an alert, you know, probably about 4 or 5 months ago because I really wanted to add a Mike Tyson rookie card to my personal collection. And, you know, I noticed that the card themselves were actually selling for a lot more than the actual set. You know, so the whole booklet actually costs fairly less than the actual single Mike Tyson, you know, sticker card that you get in the magazine. So I thought it was kind of silly to just buy the card when I can get all those other cards and get the, you know, the Mike Tyson as well. So I went in, set up an alert, and of course, you know, a few days ago I got an alert that a new one was on the market, and then ended up getting it for a really great price from a seller under what he was actually asking for. So anyways, that is the quick way to set up your saved alerts, and each morning you will get a new email that will have everything in there so you can act quick and hopefully get those cards that you always dreamed of. Okay, that does it for this episode of House of Cards. Thank you again for checking this out, and I hope that this gave you some new information and new knowledge to further enhance your collecting experience. If you enjoyed this video, or if you just want to support me in general, you know, go ahead and give it a like. That would be awesome. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe as we are continuing to grow, and I will continue to put out more and more videos, and will help to grow our community here so we can all get better together. So until next time, peace.